My husband of 15 years told me he was draining our joint savings to save his business. I found out he was draining it to build a new life with my best friend. He thought I'd be left with nothing. He didn't know I'd been recording everything for court. My name is Emily, and for 15 years, I thought I had the perfect life. My husband, David, and my best friend, Sarah, were my entire world. We called ourselves the trio. We had dinners every weekend, we went on vacations together. When David wanted to start his own consulting firm, I was his biggest cheerleader. I even left my own career in marketing to manage our finances and his back-end operations for free so we could pour everything we had into his dream. The first crack appeared 6 months ago. David became distant, cold. He started working late, his phone always face down on the table. "It's just stress," he'd say. "The business is struggling." Around the same time, Sarah started canceling our weekly coffees. "Family problems," she'd text, "just overwhelmed." I felt terrible for them. I even suggested they talk to each other since they were both going through such a hard time. I was an idiot. The real alarm bell was an email from our joint savings account, a notification for a large transfer, $15,000. I asked David about it. "It's for the business, Em," he said, not even looking up from his laptop. "A cash flow issue. We need to cover payroll. Don't worry about it." But I did worry. I'm the one who manages the finances. I knew payroll wasn't for another 2 weeks. That night, I did something I had never done in 15 years. I picked up his phone. My hands were shaking. I typed in our anniversary. Access denied. I tried his birthday. Access denied. My heart was pounding. On a sick, twisted impulse, I typed in Sarah's birthday. It unlocked. My world didn't just crack, it shattered. The text messages weren't just, "I love you and I can't wait to be with you." They were logistical. They were financial. "The deposit for the new condo is cleared." "Amazing," she replied. "The designer quoted $20K for the living room. I'm so excited." And then the one that stopped my heart. "Just need to move the last $75K from the joint account before Emily notices. I'll use the business trouble excuse again." He wasn't just cheating, he was systematically liquidating our entire life savings, our home equity, everything I had worked to build to fund a new life with her. The business wasn't struggling, it was the alibi he used to steal from me. I felt the blood drain from my face. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw his phone against the wall. Instead, I took a deep breath. I went to the guest room, and the sickness I felt turned into something cold and sharp. It turned into a plan. The next day, I became the most supportive wife in the world. I also installed a call recording app on my phone and a simple keylogger on our home computer. "David, I am so worried about you and the business. Please let's go over the books. I can help. Let me help." He waved me off, just as I knew he would. "No, Em, it's too complex. It's fine. I'll handle it." "But the bank called about another large transfer, David. I'm scared. Are we going bankrupt? Just tell me the truth." He sighed, annoyed, and he bit the bait. "Bankrupt? God, no. The business is fine. It's an investment, a new holding company. It's all legal, okay? Just stop worrying. I've got it." Click. I had him on tape, in his own voice, admitting the business was not in trouble, directly contradicting the lie he was using to drain our accounts. The next morning, I wasn't at a spa. I was in the office of the most ruthless divorce attorney in the city. I laid it all out. The bank statements showing transfers, the printouts of the texts, the emails about the new condo, and finally, I played the audio recording. Her eyes lit up. "This isn't just infidelity, Emily," she said. "This is dissipation of marital assets. It's financial fraud, and you have him dead to rights." Her plan was brilliant and cruel. We would do nothing. We would let him continue to dig his own grave. We would file an emergency petition to freeze every single marital asset, and we would time the service for the most devastating moment possible. That moment came 2 weeks later. David told me he had to go on a last-ditch business trip to Chicago to save a client. Sarah, meanwhile, was going on a solo spa retreat to clear her head. They were both lying. I knew because I'd seen the e-ticket confirmations on the keylogger. They were going to Hawaii to celebrate closing on their new condo. The morning their flight took off, my lawyer filed the emergency petition. By the time their plane touched down in Honolulu, a judge had signed an ex parte order. Every account David had, including the secret one he'd been transferring to, was frozen. He didn't know it yet. He and Sarah were probably drinking champagne. That's when I sent my text. It was a photo of a process server taping a legal notice to the front door of their brand new, just purchased condo. My message was simple. Looks like you have a new house guest. He'll be serving you at your hotel in 10 minutes. Welcome home, David. His phone must have exploded. I can only imagine the panic as he and Sarah realized all their money, my money, was gone. They were stranded in Hawaii with maxed out credit cards and frozen bank accounts. The court battle was almost laughably short. David tried to claim the money was a legitimate business expense. My lawyer simply played the audio recording where he said the business is fine. Then she submitted the text messages where he and Sarah discussed moving the money before Emily notices. The judge was furious. He called David's actions a calculated and malicious campaign of financial fraud. In the divorce settlement, I got everything. I got the house, I got 100% of the remaining marital assets, and the judge issued a personal judgment against David for the full $215,000 he had stolen. The new condo was seized and sold, with all proceeds going directly to me to satisfy the debt. David was left with nothing but his struggling business, which now actually was struggling because I was no longer running it for free. But I wasn't done. I didn't forget Sarah. Sarah, my best friend, worked as a high-end interior designer. I took the official court transcripts, the ones where the judge detailed her role as a knowing participant in financial fraud, and sent them to the state's Interior Design Licensing Board. She's now under a full ethics investigation. She lost her license, and her reputation is destroyed. They tried to leave me with nothing. Now they have each other, and that's it. As for me, I lost a husband and a best friend, but I got my money, my self-respect, and my freedom. For more stories of justice being served, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Have you ever faced betrayal from the two people you trusted most? Share your story in the comments. And remember, don't get mad, get everything.